How you doing, everybody? My name is Dr. Sammy BAYA. Please welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's game over for the narcissist. Here is why. That's the title of this video. Narcissism, a personality trait characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, excessive need for admiration, and lack of empathy for others, has been a growing presence in modern society. In the age of social media and the constant pursuit of self-promotion, narcissistic behavior has become normalized in many circles. People are more focused on projecting their image than fostering authentic connections, leading to the glorification of narcissistic traits. However, as the world becomes more aware of these behaviors, the consequences for narcissists are becoming increasingly severe. One of the most significant drawbacks of narcissism is its impact on personal relationships. Narcissists tend to manipulate others to serve their own interests, leaving a trail of emotional damage. Over time, these manipulative tactics become unsustainable as people begin to recognize the pattern of behavior. The self-centered nature of a narcissist often leads to the breakdown of friendships, family ties, and romantic partnerships. The narcissist may find themselves isolated with few genuine connections left to rely on. Social media platforms have played a crucial role in amplifying narcissistic tendencies. Narcissists thrive on validation and approval, and platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok provide instant gratification in the form of likes, comments, and shares. However, this external validation can be fleeting and superficial. As more people become aware of the narcissistic tendencies exhibited online, these platforms may become less favorable environments for narcissists to thrive. People are growing wary of the constant self-promotion and seeking more authentic content. Narcissists often crave control over every situation, whether it is in the workplace, in relationships, or in social settings. This need for control stems from their deep-seated insecurity and fear of being exposed as inadequate. However, this drive to dominate can backfire. As individuals begin to recognize the manipulative and controlling behaviors of a narcissist, they start to distance themselves. The more people pull away from the narcissist's sphere of influence, the less control they have, and their grip on power starts to slip. Empathy is one of the key factors in combating narcissistic behavior. Narcissists often lack empathy, which leads them to view others as mere tools for their personal gain. However, in a society that increasingly values emotional intelligence and empathy, narcissists are finding it harder to maintain their status. People are more aware of how narcissistic behavior negatively affects their mental health and emotional well-being. As a result, those who exhibit empathy and care for others are becoming more sought after, while narcissists are losing ground. Narcissists are extremely sensitive to criticism, which is a result of their fragile self-esteem. While they may project an image of superiority, they often have an underlying insecurity that can be easily triggered. This makes them vulnerable to the very criticisms they often dish out to others. As the public becomes more attuned to the harmful effects of narcissistic behavior, the narcissist's ability to avoid criticism is diminishing. The more they are called out for their actions, the less power they retain in their interactions with others. In the professional world, narcissists often struggle to maintain long-term success. They may initially rise to the top through manipulation, charm, or exploiting others, but their inability to collaborate, empathize, or handle criticism often leads to their downfall. Co-workers, managers, and even subordinates grow disillusioned with the narcissist's behavior, making it harder for them to retain positions of power. In the age of teamwork and collaboration, narcissistic leaders are often replaced by those who can foster genuine cooperation and trust. One of the most difficult aspects of dealing with a narcissist is their lack of self-awareness. Narcissists rarely reflect on their actions or the damage they cause, which prevents them from growing or evolving as individuals. This lack of introspection makes it difficult for them to form healthy relationships or change their toxic behaviors. The more the world pushes for self-awareness and personal growth, the more the narcissist becomes alienated from the societal values that encourage introspection. The growing demand for accountability in both personal and professional settings is making it increasingly difficult for narcissists to escape the consequences of their actions. In the past, narcissists may have been able to manipulate situations to their advantage, but this is no longer the case. As society becomes more focused on transparency and honesty, narcissists are finding it harder to maintain their facades. Accountability is no longer a distant ideal. It is now a central tenet of personal and professional success, and narcissists are being held to higher standards. Narcissists often fail to recognize the emotional toll their behavior takes on others. They may drain the energy of those around them, leaving people feeling emotionally exhausted and unfulfilled. This emotional cost is becoming more apparent as people learn to prioritize their own mental health and well-being. Narcissists who once thrived on draining others are now being left behind as people choose to distance themselves from toxic relationships that leave them emotionally drained. As society shifts towards greater authenticity and vulnerability, narcissists are finding it harder to fit in. People are increasingly valuing real and filtered connections over curated, self-serving images. Narcissists whose entire existence revolves around presenting an idealized version of themselves are struggling to find their place in a world that values genuineness. As the demand for authenticity grows, narcissists will have to confront the fact that their fake personas no longer hold the same appeal. In a world that is increasingly centered on mindfulness, self-care, and emotional intelligence, narcissism is starting to lose its appeal. The focus has shifted towards collective well-being, empathy, and healthy relationships. Narcissistic traits, once admired in certain circles, are now seen as detrimental to both personal growth and societal harmony. The growing awareness of these negative traits is leading to a broader societal shift where narcissists are being increasingly sidelined. Another significant factor contributing to the downfall of the narcissist is the rise of supportive, tight-knit communities. Narcissists often thrive in environments where they can dominate and manipulate individuals for their own benefit. However, as more people find solace in communities built on mutual respect and shared values, narcissists are finding it harder to insert themselves into these spaces. The collective power of supportive networks is creating a barrier that narcissists can no longer break through. The long-term consequences for narcissists are becoming increasingly clear. As they alienate friends, family, colleagues, and even the public, their influence and power begin to erode. Narcissists may find themselves in a constant cycle of seeking validation, but this validation will become more and more difficult to obtain. As society evolves towards greater empathy and accountability, narcissists will find it increasingly difficult to maintain their positions of influence, and their behaviors will have long-lasting repercussions. In conclusion, it's game over for the narcissist. The rise of empathy, accountability, and authenticity has created an environment in which narcissistic behavior is no longer tolerated or celebrated. People are no longer willing to tolerate manipulation, control, and exploitation. Narcissists are being exposed for who they truly are, and their attempts to dominate and manipulate are no longer effective. As society continues to value emotional intelligence and genuine connection, the narcissist's time at the top is running out. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you've not done so. Thank you.